right, everyone. Hello, welcome to Ray's Math Challenge. I'm your teacher. You can call me Mr. Yang or just my name, Ray. Today, let's review a real question from last year, exam 2 from the methods. This is the question 5, which is an extensive response, obviously. Normally, we have 120 minutes in the test. So averagely, we would like to put 40 minutes in the multiple choices, and then the rest of 5 questions are averagely distributed 12 minutes in each one. Then you would have 20 minutes rest for your check to double check everything. But if you just slowly doing the things, and then you would running out of the time and rush to check and still leave some mistake and error not fixed. So my idea is before you start the questions, using the reading time wisely. So when you start to finish the questions, you already have a concept and a structure to do each of the questions and problems. Okay, so do not just start doing one, read one step by step. That will slowly your pace and tempo. Now, let's look at this question. This one is a typical trigonometry problems. It provides the original functions and the graphs. First one, we need to state the period of the function. Obviously, you can see the A, B, C, each one is 1 mark. So you don't have to write too many things, all right? Just give the answer straightly. State the period, so you have to find out how long you can repeat the graph in total. Some of the students just say, that is the 2 pi maybe? No, for this one, as they provide the graph, you have to find out for how long you can exactly repeat the graph in total. So from -4 pi to 0, you would having a whole period. Then the first one would be 4 pi, and that's it. And then the second one, state the minimum value of the f correct to the 3 decimal places. Now, in this one, you have to provide the y value, all right? Not when you have the minimum value. That is, what is the minimum value? And also correct to 3 decimal places. So if you provide in exact form, sorry, you still have to deduct half mark, okay? As this is exam 2, so you can use your CAS. In your CAS, you can click the menu, calculus, and using the F main, all right, using the F main, and then after you type in the function and the respect to X, the CAS would generate the X value, not the minimum value for the function. The CAS would generate when you will have the minimum F. And then you have to do one more step, substitution, and then work it out the answer. So if you have your answer like -½ pi, all right, -½ pi, that is when for the minimum value, for the X value, you would have 0 mark. You have to answer the -1.722, 3 decimal places, okay, 3 decimal places. Now part C, find the smallest positive value of H for which H minus X equal to Fx. Now this one, if you consider you have to find out the period or something, no, all right, no. This is a typical transformation questions. Let's convert the left side into what? -x minus h, and then that is equal to original function. So obviously, we would find out that the first one, we're doing the reflection in the y-axis. And second, we're moving right for h unit. Luckily, question gave us h is a positive numbers. So minus h, we're moving right for h unit. Now, you can just sketching on the graph, all right? Flip it and then to find out how far you have to move right to make sure your graphs exactly overlapping each other. And then you would find out, okay, 2 pi now, this enough, right? 2 pi is enough. Now, when we move into the part D, we have extra information. So remember that since now we're gonna using the function GA instead of original function F, okay? Instead of the original function F. Consider the set of the functions of the form GA, and the domain is real number, everything, codomain real number, everything. GA of the X is equal to sine of the X over A plus cosine A times X, where A is a positive integer. Everything important, right? Everything important. Now, state the value of A such that GAX equal to FX for all X. Look, when we in year 11, when we first touch the concept of the functions, we know that we have various kinds of the functions. But if we have two functions exactly equal to each other, they're actually exactly the same thing. So this one, if you consider the question too weird, nope, you just make A equal to 2, which is originally provided with you, right? A equal to 2. Very easy, very easy. In the E, we have two parts. Now, first one, we need to find antiderivative of the GA in terms of A. If we're looking for the antiderivative, we're doing this, all right? And then sine X over A plus cosine AX. And then respect to X. Now, when you finished, all right, when you finish, okay, A is the constant number. So you have to picture what function would have the derivative is sine of X over A, and what function would have the derivative is cosine A times X, all right? Because you're now using the controversial way to find out what is the anti-differentiations answer. And also, do not forget to add it the arbitrary constant number. Okay, do not forget about it. All right. Second one, use a definite integral to show that the area bounded by GA and the x-axis over the interval 0 to 2a pi is equal above and below in the x-axis for all values of A. Now, if for this one, for the most general kinds of the student, all right, for most kind of the student, they would picture like, okay, I have to find out what is the area above and what is the area underneath and make them equal to each other's. All right, that is, I cannot say that is a wrong angle, but you would waste too much time on it. All right, you would spend too much time on it. Think about it. If I picture the graph, all right, if I picture the graph and I just cross it, and then I say, okay, if we having the area upwards and downwards exactly same, right? Exactly same, then the definite integral from the A to B will be what? Will be 0. All right, will be 0 because by the sine area, the definite integral above is positive. The definite integral underneath will be negative. And that is how the area exactly same. All right, you don't have to worry about what is the shape of it. You don't have to worry about how we can find out the x-intercept. So we can just cutting the interval 0 to 2a pi into 2 pieces. The left piece and equal to the right piece. No, you don't have to worry about it. And also you don't know the part upwards and downwards, which one is the left side, which one is the right side. What you need to do is find out the definite integral from 0 to 2a pi, all right, of the function GAX dx is equal to what? It's equal to 0, all right? It's equal to 0. And then using your CAS to find out, all right? Using your CAS to find out. Remember, after you do it, respect to x. So your calculator would consider the character A is the constant number, not a variable, okay? Not a variable. And this question, you can see that's 3 marks, right? in last year, average mark of it for this one is 0.8. Lots of students lost the mark on this one. All right, so you have to address using the appropriate method. You have to finish a correct calculation and then produce the correct answer. That's it. All right, that's how the 3 marks generated. That's how the 3 marks generated. Now, last bit. Explain why the maximum value of GA cannot be greater than 2 for all value of A, and why the minimum value of GA cannot be less than -2 for all values of A. Now, look at here. Can anyone see what is the type of the components of the function GA are? The first component, sine. Second component, cosine. Is there any coefficient in front? No, both of them just nothing. Nothing is 1, right? It's 1. So you can now ask yourself, just 3 seconds, what is the range of the sine function and cosine function? 3, 2, 1, correct. From -1 to +1, all right? From -1 to +1. So the maximum of sine is 1. Maximum of cosine is 1. Minimum of sine is -1, and the minimum of the cosine is also -1. Let me ask you one question. Can you generate it in numbers, right? Added the 2 numbers and greater than 2, and each one is not even greater than 1. No. For the biggest possible answer you can have, the biggest possible sum you can have would be 1 plus 1, which is 2, not satisfied greater than 2. And also, if you have minimum -1 plus minimum -1, the minimum would be -2. Cannot be even less. All right? Then you can set up your language and write clearly with nice and neatly handwriting to answer the question. Do not answer in the broken language. Answer in full sentence. All right? Answer in full sentence. And the last one, find the greatest possible minimum value of GA. Now, again, everyone, what we're looking for? We're looking for the Y, am I right? Yes, we're looking for the Y. And let's observe how many marks for this one. All right, just 1 mark. Do you have to write too many things for the 1 mark? No, you can directly, all right, you can directly use your CAS to work out the answer. And then answer that, okay, the greatest possible minimum value for the GA is the things you find out with your CAS. And then that is what you should picture during the 15 minutes of the reading time. Thanks a lot. And I'm looking forward for the next one for everyone. I'm pretty like to sharing my experience with every single of you and pretty like to help everyone. Let's improve together. Please subscribe and contact our domain for the further information. Thanks.